Hi everyone, we're back here again with another episode of Sip and Speak. I'm Adib Noor, and today we're going to talk about scary movies and everything in between. I got two special guests with me. Can you guys introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Wardy.
And I'm Iza.
Okay, let's start things off with this question. What do you guys think make a horror movie? Is it the setting, the scary jumps, or is it something else?
I really think it's the slow build to, the storyline.
You're more into the story?
Yes, definitely.
Well, give me some examples.
From the top of my head, what was that? I recently watched like an Indonesian horror movie, but I can't quite remember the title. It was about this girl who finally found a boyfriend, but it took a while for us to figure out who this boyfriend was.
It's like the plot and twist.
Yes.
What about you, Ernie? What makes you attracted?
I mean, for me, when it comes to horror, I try to look for more like psychological horror or body horror when it comes to like special effects. So things like, with monsters like the alien and things like that.
You appreciate the gore?
Not necessarily the gore, but more towards like the craft of the special effects lah. So the blood, the monsters, the zombie, the creatures. I'm more towards that element, the production, definitely.
So you're more of a zombie movie type of guy.
Zombie, monsters, creatures, that's my kind of thing lah.
Yeah, this is a hot one. This is a hot topic. Like, for me, would you guys relate to more like Malay movies or English movies? In the scary genre, well, from my observation and like whatnot, it's more of, as you say, it has to be gory, the jump scares and not. But if you go down that path into rabbit hole of Asian movies, it's more related to our culture.
Yeah.
So that kind of creeps me out more.
Yeah. Especially if it comes from like Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, Thailand. The ghosts are like really close to home, and
they're like ghosts that we also grew up with.
Yeah.
That our like sisters and grandmothers would tell us about.
I'm just gonna drop this. Jangan pandang belakang. Have you heard about that?
I'm so sorry, but I haven't watched it.
I may have forgotten which one that is. So
was it Malaysian? Yeah, definitely not.
Is this the one with the morgue scene?
It's more of I think it's kind of like a remake of, what's that Japanese movie with the Thai movie where the lady was on top of the guy the whole time?
Shutter?
It's kind of like Shutter.
Okay.
So he calls that, as the movie said, it's like jangan pandang belakang, so don't look back, because the whole movie is about like scary ambience. He doesn't know what was wrong, but he always felt an eerie path. Everyone was looking at him. And spoiler at the end.
Yeah.
Let's do it, like, yeah.
So with that in mind, do you like twists in your horror?
Twist plays a part. I'm on Iza's camp. Definitely in that. Thai and Indonesian movies. What's the latest one?
Indonesian. I'm not up to date with Thai, but Indonesian. The recent one was what's that? The what?
Really?
Yes, that's the one. Dance. Yeah. Penari Desa.
Oh.
Yeah, it's part of the KNK. Yeah, it's yeah.
It's like Bali dance, like traditional dance.
Yeah, traditional dancers. There's this one.
And they got possessed.
Ish.
I think TikTok plays a part right now. I think about that. Like, whenever you scroll, I've been looking at right now on my FYP is like most of these Indonesian and Thai clips of new scary movies and old scary movies. And that's kind of like, I've seen the changes in cinematography. So I can agree with that. Like the way they shot like scary movies right now.
I think that's one of the reasons why I've been pulled back into like watching Indonesian horror movies, because the cinematography is really up there now, especially with that there was a recent one it was a series of different horror movies. I haven't finished
yet.
Like a trilogy. Not a trilogy. It's like a series. Forgot the name. Blanking out on all the titles right now. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So more like a compilation of like different.
Sort of like Junji Ito, but Indonesian version.
Junji Ito with Indonesian.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I forget. But basically, at the end of the final episode, ties in all these other episodes, unlike Junji Ito.
So it has one arching theme.
Yeah.
All different stories.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, check it out.
Yeah.
Have you guys experienced anything surreal lately? Yeah, any stories to share?
Lately, no, but a few years ago, yes.
Do share.
So basically, I think it was past midnight. you know, sometimes you have those snack cravings, right? So you go down to, I went down to my kitchen. I was with one of my cats. I think this was about 6 years ago, 6-7 years ago. We had our old kitchen. We hadn't renovated the house yet. And then behind the kitchen, right outside our window, my mom planted like a bush of dragon fruits, like a dragon fruit plant. The moment you get inside the kitchen, the window is right there. So I was in the kitchen making my snack, and my cat was on the counter staring out of the window. So I looked at where he was staring at, and right there in front of me was this white thing with, yeah, do you remember Crash Bandicoot? The mask and the leaves thing? Yeah, imagine that, but with like brown eyes and bleeding, with like white and bleeding. It was like the first time I've ever seen it right in front of my face, and my cat was just like,
well, are you like a firm believer of like
those things? Yeah, okay, honestly, I've been seeing stuff since I was a kid, so.
What did you do after they just ran?
No, I didn't run. I just took my cat and brought my food up to my room and ate. So, you know, used to it.
I know, like if a story is good or a movie is like good, if I go home and I can't face myself to look at any mirrors.
Oh, definitely. Especially those horror movies where, you know, it's a good horror movie when you go home and you leave the lights on and you sleep. You know?
You know the horror movie when you like turn on the radio?
On the way home, you pass on the radio, you baca-baca.
Toughest movie, I lived in a flat like a few years back. So me and the boys were hanging out normally. You know, like how you hang out and then like you got nothing else to talk about. And then for some odd reason, we started talking about ghost stories. We started sharing about ghost stories and beliefs.
Yeah.
So one of the beliefs was, hey, yeah, do you guys know if something is near, the sound will be jauh? So like that, and this was around like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. We were like around that time. We were there, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. So if the thing is like near to you, the sound it makes will like jauh to you. But if you hear it jauh, it's actually next to you. We were all sitting in the circle. I don't know where, because we were in the flat. Well, we were hanging out in the parking lot downstairs. This is empty. The road was empty, 3, 4 a.m. But once my friend told us that, just that one word, out of nowhere, we heard a piece of metal grinded on the road. So it was like,
people.
Was it a car?
No. So everybody knew, like, everybody felt something. So we went quiet, sekejap.
This was the witching hour, 3 a.m. Witching hour.
Yeah. We were like, boleh ke? What? You guys get to do it.
That's what we would call jam karas, though.
What are you getting it?
No, I mean, I'm a scaredy cat. Honestly, fortunately, I haven't experienced something that direct. But there was this one time, you know how in kami orang Borneo lah, we always believe that we share this plane with other beings. And so that's why when we go to natural places, we bagi salam, we say hello, minta permission. So, and we know like beaches are one of those places that we share.
Yeah.
So there was this one time where I was with my friends, we were at Pantai Muara. So playing around the rocks, sapa, whatever, and didn't think anything of it lah. So didn't really think of anything supernatural lah. But that day I fell into the water from the rocky edges lah, and then fell into the water. Think nothing of it. It was okay. But that night, have you guys experienced or heard of sleep paralysis? Yeah, so that happened to me exactly that night after I fell into the water. Slept, didn't think anything of it. Woke up, but only my eyes were open. Couldn't move anything.
Oh, you remember
I remembered the whole thing because it happened 3 nights straight. So since the incident was that, so we assume talangga something lah, nyorong kami ta. So that first night, imagine I just woke up eyes open, couldn't move any of my body, any member of my body. Tried to yell, tapi nothing came out. So it was just like nothing. Tried to baca pun, like, you know, baca Bismillah, baca Yasin, but literally no voice came out. So the whole night it's just like, I don't know how long the actual thing, tapi it was just me like trapped in my own body, just open eyes, didn't see anything, but felt something like, you know,
Then how did you go back to the Bobat?
like after night 3 of this money. Orang lah terus.
Badan berseri.
Day 1 thought it was like, okay, a fluke. Day 2, coincidence. Day 3, Bobat tah.
That was a fun topic. So I got another question before we close things out. What do you think is the top 3 horror movies of all time?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Now, give me your list.
That's the first one. Second one is Secret Window. I know it's not really a horror, but it's psychological thriller. So that's still like, you know. Third, I can't think of one right now.
So you?
My personal opinion, top horror movie is The Thing, even though it's like hard sci-fi / horror. Then Color Out of Space, more recent movie that has Nick Cage, so it's horror, camp, you know.
Yeah.
It's about. Third would be, if I say horror that I would enjoy, maybe the Child's Play series.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one of my first horror lah, so it has a special place in my heart.
Oh, and it
Oh, it. Definitely it.
turned me scared.
Everybody's scared of clowns.
What's that word? Clara?
Clown phobia.
Clownphobia. There's a term, a proper term. Chlorophobia? Oh.
Clownophobic.
That's not the word.
Apparently, the top movie of all, scariest horror movie of all time is The Exorcist.
Yes.
So again, I think that's the first blockbuster where it caused mass hysteria when people watched it, and people actually, and the vomit scene is obviously like that's
Iconic.
Even scary movie. Yeah.
even scary movie. These are the everything. Yeah, that was a fun topic. Thank you guys for coming.
You're welcome.
We covered everything, including like real life experiences. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Catch you guys next time on the next episode of Sip and Speak. Do follow, share, and everything else
In between.
and in between. Catch you next time.
Goodbye.